Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss Pre-Market Report for Friday, January 29th, 2017. Happy birthday, Dad. Happy Friday, everyone. I'm Frank Ochoa, aka Pivot Boss. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES right now. What you have is price holding still above the 2480 key level. You see a pullback here, and price is still holding kind of in this narrow range up here. The ES has never been too far away from an all-time high over the last many years here, and this kind of continues to prove it. Even every little pullback continues to be bought right now, and there still hasn't been a failure below 2480. That's what we mentioned from the very beginning. When this thing broke that day, I mentioned 2480 is now the key level there, and holding above that zone, any pullback into it could still be a buying opportunity for a continuation. And we had the upside targets marked here based off of the key range at 2517 and 2546. So we could still see that come to fruition as long as this level continues to be held. And right now, no signs here that this thing is going to break that zone downward. And as mentioned before, even if it did, it would still be a better buying opportunity for maximizing that move into the upper target. So we'll continue to watch this here. If we look at the intraday time frame for a moment, let's go down here. What you'll notice here, let me squeeze this up. Price is just kind of holding in a narrow range right now, very, very tight. This is what's been happening time and time again, but this is even more so than normal. This is only a 2.25 point overnight range. The ES has been averaging about 11.25 points on a 10-day basis, so this is only about 20% of ADR. That's pretty quiet. I mean, there's really not a whole lot to do here from an intraday basis just yet, but again, pullbacks likely buying opportunities. That continues to remain the point. All right, let's take a look here at crude oil. If we go out here into the daily time frame here, what we'll be able to see with crude, there you go, is the previous session was quite a rejection. It was quite a rejection up there. We got a push within 9 ticks of our 52.95, which is our CHVN. And then all of a sudden, price started to push back below the 52.30s. I mentioned yesterday during the pre-market report that 52.30s was going to be an area that bulls wanted to defend. We saw many rotations there where it held and was being defended. But like in the trading room, our traders knew that weak hands were coming, and a likely long liquidation was going to come of those failed bulls there. And this thing dropped significantly and continued onward. Didn't quite close or with a full outside day. It basically did, but some of the conditions there aren't fully satisfied. But this right here, big time outside reversal type of sell setup here that usually occurs when you're about to see a return back to value. It's a big high range day, and you can see right here any return back toward 52.30 would be a short-term zone to watch for absorption and resistance, because that could lead to a little bit more weakness here. I know this thing has been very, very bullish overall, but we're coming into a zone here where it's been heavily offered every time it's been here over the last many months. So it wouldn't be out of the question for this to either go sideways or pull back from here, and 52.30 would be that zone. So right now we're in a tight range on the intraday time frame. So if you look here at the intraday time frame for a moment, you'll notice how well defined this range is right here. Very clear trading range, 51.30 right now, 51.70, back and forth. You're likely going to see further fade the edges type of behavior. So as price pushes up here, you may see this thing come back, you may see it go. But again, 52.30 right there, that's going to be the zone to watch. If this thing can't get above that zone, it's going to be very, very interesting to see how this plays out, because we could be looking at more weakness back toward composite value. All right, let's take a look here at gold futures. If we go up in the higher time frame here, gold appears to have held off of a near-term support level. So if you look here at 1280, very, very clear. A little minor LVN right there, but if you bring it across right here, 1280, very, very clear. And that's kind of the zone that held in the previous session and gave us our first meaningful bounce since we saw that earlier failed range expansion a few days ago. So holding right now at 1280, still a downtrending market. So I still You're seeing signs of failed new high right now, although we could see more of a bounce. Overall, I still think any bounce right now could be a selling opportunity for a continuation back toward 1250. Nothing has suggested here that bulls are taking control. I mean, everything has been owned by the bears right now, and 1300 from below, any rejection at 1300 to 1302 could provide a selling opportunity right back to composite value. That's 1253, so something to watch out for there. Let's take a look at the NQ. Here's the NQ. We talked about two levels yesterday, the main one being 59.11. That's this one right here. That's been the level that's kind of been the pivot between bulls and bears here recently. First being the previous week's low, going offered through it on Monday, Tuesday holding as resistance, Wednesday going bid through it, and now Thursday holding as support. And overall, it's been very, very important day over day. And we're above it right now. So any pullback into that zone could still be a buying opportunity as this thing tries to squeeze yet another leg and retest 6K. But I still think that these pullbacks have been buying opportunities overall. Not sure if this is going to be the last dip we see, though. Again, every time we've seen pullbacks here, it's been like a bucking bronco at a rodeo. It keeps trying to knock traders off before it goes. So we might see that effect before we see the full-on continuation. So I'm still very suspect right now, but at least we have a key level to watch, 59.11, so continue to watch that zone. All right, everyone. Keep in mind, we still have the $40 book special here for my 7-year anniversary on Secrets of a Pivot Boss. You can go to pivotboss.com and order the ebook or a hard copy. We just got a brand new shipment in of some beautiful new matte finish books, and so all of those orders are now going to be fulfilled from last week once we ran out. So, and we got many more. So we got another couple of days here of the book offer, so please get in on it. All right, everyone, take care, and I'll see you all soon.